Everybody, welcome back to Cids Modded Life, Season 2, Episode 131, or just Episode 131. I haven't decided on whether I'll do the season labelling stuff, but we're in the area over of where we were last episode. I just need to find a hut, and I discovered this area here, which I think would be a really nice cave base. Now, there's obviously two rivers coming out. It is just over here into this Savannah M, which is fine, and we can come out this way, and there is over that way is the village, and yeah, which we've not raided yet, and all these things. But I just wanted to go in and get a feel for these caves. So I'm not entirely sure whether, because I can't even remember whether I included the sound. I did. The soundproofing block, which for some reason uses things. I've never used that one. Anyway, that's another model we've tried. But we've got a hello. We got a rather nice little thing over there, and then in here we got a skelly bob. So let's hang on. Let's go in and see what's what. Missed. Thank you. Right, let me go and grab that because it's early doors and stuff's valuable. Right, and yeah, so we got this side, which if I F7, we can see the light levels, so we can quite easily, get this lit up and made more safe. It's gonna be like a bat cave, isn't it? And obviously there's nothing spawnable on that side. Oh, there's a little bit spawnable on this side. Let's try that then, shall we? Yeah, it's more like it. Oh, and there. And then there. Hup. And on this side we can come in and just generally improve. Now obviously that and all of these is not necessarily going to be things. It's just my kind of a starting point for where we live, and as such, because there's two sides to this, there's two sides to it. Where did that creeper go? Got a spider in there, but we're not worried about him. Right, let's jump over here. I see you, sir. And this is probably the larger side, actually, if I'm there's some interesting crystal clusters, which I'm not entirely sure what they do, but who cares? Now, that ambient sound may have to go, because as you've seen there, the sound system crashed and restarted, which I don't really want that kind of thing going on. But we've got oh baby, what we got here? Let me out. That's that is, I didn't know that was there. Okay, that is interesting. So down there we've got a cave. Now what we could do, for example, is clean out this, run the water out this way, run the water out the other way, and the world will be okay, and then we get a big cave in here, and maybe even do something fancy with a waterfall at the entrance. That's a possibility, and I think it's quite a viable possibility actually. Let me just quickly sleep the night off before we end up with unwelcome guests. So we've got all of that going on, and obviously, as I say, there's this stuff over here, but that is really handy. So I think the first thing we need to do is probably remove this lot, and this one as well, the hop seed. There we go, and give me all the lovely saplings. Thank you very much. So that gives us a bit of protection over that side. We'll work out what we're going to do over there. Which side is the better of the two, I wonder? I mean, if we go directly through the middle here, wow, that brings us straight into that cavern, doesn't it? Oh dear, we really are on the edge of that, aren't we? Which is good in a way, but also not so good. Alright, I need to, well, what we need to do is, can I get down there safely? Should be able to into that water, shouldn't I? And let's just light the place up a little bit, because this is actually pretty awesome. I like this. That needs working on, and obviously the light levels of the place need working on, but this is like a ready-made version of what we had at the end of the 110 when I built the cave system, which is, I think, in itself interesting. Okay, let me just do a little bit of reconnoitering and lighting and deciding what we're going to do in the area, and I will be right back with you. All right, so I've got the entire thing down there lit. I think my first mission here is, now this is a stream, so it really doesn't care what's going on over here. However, we probably just need to make that look a little bit more realistic over there, and then we can possibly start taking these water source blocks out, which we don't really have any significantly useful tools to do that, so I think we're just going to have to work as best we can with what we got. That's fine. And over here we'll obviously sort all of this out and make a better river, but this is not a bad point to start, I don't think. We should also pillage the village, if truth be known. Come here. Oh, damn it. I mean, they're down there, it's not a major issue, it's just a bit of a pain, and I do like this little structure here, so I'm very tempted to leave this in place for the time being, at least until we've worked out what's what and where anyway. There. Yeah, so next thing, water mechanics. I hate water mechanics in Minecraft, I've got to be said, but you know. It's not too dire, and we can obviously come around this way and grab as many of these rocks as we can. There's a few down there. Well, a few equaled one, of course. But yeah, we'll get this done, and I shall be back with you in a mo. Alright, well, we've got down here. I've got no idea how I'm getting out, but we've got down, and we've taken that water source out. Now, there's a structure up here, which almost looks like it was made for entrance and exit with ladders, maybe ladders, I don't know. Cyclic and Quark should handle the speed up and down, so that. Now the alternative is that we take out this lot and bring this all the way down to here. Now at this point my stuff is full. Have I got anything that I can put away? Oh dear, no, nothing in there. I don't want to waste blocks. But you see here we've got kind of almost a perfect, what's that, 4 by, that's actually 5 by 4 if we kind of go. We can use this as a stairwell area, maybe. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm just thinking you're coming in through the cave and then you come down. Now there's a number of options available to us, including sneezing. Let's see about just popping down. What are you? You are that. Okay, you can take some of this for now while we do that, and we'll just pop that there, and we'll leave the rest. So what I think we need to do is we need to figure out how we're getting in. Now the obvious thing is we have the thing coming around here, and then we kind of curve around on stairs from somewhere up here. We're definitely going to need to cook some cobble up and get some smooth stone. That's a given. I'm going to leave the coal, and I'm going to leave the features of the cave in the cave though, I think. And how do we want to do this then? Maybe thinking. So I know it's a dangerous thing for me to do, but there you go. Such is life. We live our lives in danger on a regular basis when I start thinking. Right, let's get you on there, and we'll just do a little bit of this. You see these, I must have. Yeah, there's coffee, cotton, pineapple. I think that'll probably go. We do need to get our inventory sorted sooner rather than later as well. Obviously that's not something that's going to happen overnight. Right, have I got anywhere a furnace? Have I built a furnace? And if I did build a furnace, did I bother bringing it? I mean, it's not so much whether I built one. The cobble, they're not expensive. It's the fact that whether we have to build one or not that's more important. Okay, we'll pop that there, and we'll get a furnace going, and we'll do some smooth stone. There you go. You can have some coal, bonk, and I need more stone. That pillar there wants to, I don't know, that pillar there wants to move over one, I think. Let me get some of these bits out, and I'll be back with you again in a mo. Alright, that's cooking like a good one. I've started thinking about my, I don't know, entrance and exit plan, I suppose, and we're definitely going to go with a fairly straightforward spiral staircase. Now, where? Oh, it's there. It's alright. Wrong mod pack. Got my things muddled. Can't tell what time it is, but what I thought we could do is just head over and pillage the village while we're waiting on that, because they've got some stuff there which might be of value, so we say. So we'll head over here. There was 2 villages actually, wasn't there? But this is the nearer one, and we'll give it a little bit of pillage. Maybe a bit of this going on here, because we wouldn't want to waste potential food. And what will happen is, if I don't harvest it, then villagers will just come along and have it. So yeah, what do they know, eh? That's of course assuming they're still alive. They may have all died by now, because they're not the most good at self-preservation, shall we say. Okay, that gives us a little bit of that. Now, I was more interested, I can't even tell what time, I think it's getting on towards night time, so we probably, this is a jam man. Let's, oh, okay, fine, ow. Carpeted floors. So these jam, obviously jam is a very lucrative business. Yeah, so we got the jam man, so we'll have some of his stuff. We'll now, what's going on over there? And do I want these? I actually prefer the other ones, but there you go, little cow. We'll, oh wow, we've got another. This is proving to be quite the environment, I think. Don't come outside, stupid, you don't tan well. I tell you, I swear blind zombies are probably some of the dumbest critters on the planet. We'll have that as well, because it's all free storage. Excuse me. And let me check what we got. You're nothing. Well, I mean, you are something, but you're also nothing. I'll clearly villagers can't harvest these because they haven't got a frigging clue when it comes to that. Books, handy. Wheat, not so bothered. But over there we've got something useful to us again, so we'll... Oh, and we've got another one of these guys. Handy. Handy, handy. Got pineapples? Got pineapples. And what do I not want here? Got quite a few of those. Let me grab the pineapple seeds. Right, let's... I hate it when the ambience mod throws odd little sounds at you like that. It's so I wanted those. That and that can go in there. That wasn't an ambience, that was a lizard, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Thank you, sir. Don't mind if I do. Now, question. Should I have these? I think I should, because I think, and I'm not gonna have the wood off of this one though, and that's not going to be enough for those, is it really? Unless I suppose I could take these as well. Might help, and I could have the ones from upstairs without making it look too horrible. Yeah, that'll work. And yeah, so I'm just going to, I think I'll just finish off pillaging this village. We'll just have a quick peek on here. We'll go back to the daytime map. So we saw, I could have sworn we saw another village on the map. That's actually a big one. Maybe it was over that way. I honestly don't know. I could have sworn I'd seen 2 last episode. Must be. Somewhere. Don't mind me, sir. I was just admiring your fences. What do you mean, what fences? Yeah, we'll have that lot in there as well, and that. Oh. And that. And then we'll grab those. That's all good. Right, what we got? Note. Librarian there will have his books, and we'll just check out this place, and that should, we will leave that one intact though, I think, because we can always come back and use his machines then, whereas if we break them we can't. And obviously this fella's already got some refined canola oil, and got a blue lamp and coffee with some of that in it. We'll have that one. I can't obviously take that. We can, however, take that, can't we? Yes. Oh, it didn't. Oh, weird. And we'll have that as well. If I can bloody well get myself over it, I will anyway. Ha! You know what? Mine. Okay, I think we've done enough pillaging. We've got some of the stuff we want, and we've checked out the village, so let's head back over to the home, and nice little pond there, and we'll continue on getting the entrance area done. I'll be back with you in a sec. Alright, just a very quick update. I was just, my pick broke. But this is a Silent Gems pick, so in theory, oh yeah, I've got this kind of very crude stairway coming in here. Certainly not anything I would write home about for, like, the, you know, the design awards of the century or anything, but there we go. We should have a bit of amethyst there. So if I go, can you, oh, there we go, and bang, there we go. We have a repaired amethyst. Its statistics are, it's now broken, where we go, alt. 384 blocks placed, redecorated once. No special properties, I don't think, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, we've got this, and we got this as well, of course, which does need to come out because that's just horrendous, horrible dirt pole of a stair. And it's, yeah, it's nothing fancy. It's just a stairway, just a stairway. It really has got nothing much going for it. And I'd just come up to put that in. And if we were doing the same here, that would go up like so. And then we'd have to take that presumably down like that, with a little bit of that going on, and shake your bum. Dum, 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 dum. So yeah, we got a cave. We're living in a cave rather than a cardboard box. And what I would like to do is I would like to have this here. Right, now this is going to be a bit awkward. I'm going to have to actually bring this up, up. Yeah, like so. That will do. We need to do something with all of this, but that's fine. Now what we need is I need a chisel, actually. That's going to be handy, isn't it? Let me just grab some bits. Whee! And I realise, obviously, early doors, this is going to be a bit painful and a little bit annoying in respects. And we can reconstruct that, or we can't make, yeah, of course, never guessed that the episode that I recorded before this was Simple Life, would you? You can always tell when I play Gone from a pack where the recipes have been changed from one thing to another, because I instinctively just screw everything up and can't remember what goes where and who's got what in what place and where and all of that good stuff. Yeah, anything to do with what and where, really. But we can, Give me them sticks back. I wanted them. We can grab that and we can do that. Get a stone chisel. I don't need a lot of durability out of it. I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have all those. And if we get my stone chisel and go and change you into single bit mode. What am I going to break? I'm going to break something in a bit. So ooh, that's not good. We don't want to be able to see the other side of there, but I should now be able to. Perfect. Yeah, we're getting there. That's all good. Right, so with that bit, we can now make a bit bag, unless the recipe's changed, and I've kind of not been, you know, including the memos. But if I remember rightly, wasn't it just that? It was. Yay! And I can't remember what. I may need to reset the configs on this because obviously new pack, new things. I'd set the configs before to allow me to hold a whole block in each thing. So, you know, but if I now go in and slice out that, we can start thinking about how we want to. Oh, we need a bucket as well, but I haven't got that yet either, have I? No, but I have got a little bit of iron left. Can't do that up here. God damn it. So the idea is that we'll be able to come into this cave and we'll be able to just come up and there'll be a, this will be a landing. I'll, you know, extend that over here a little bit, and we'll also hit F7 a wee bit, make sure that we're not making any problems for ourselves. And they're going to have a waterfall which comes down here. From here it's going to come down and no, come back. I'm not bothered, it's only a bit of cobble, but it just happens to be my cobble, and I don't take kindly to having my stuff gone. So I think we would be probably filling in there, so that maybe even there, so that's kind of not spawnable, and on this side we would be filling in as well, and down there then the water will flood down this. Probably no, we don't need to go there, do we? No, we're fine. And if I can yeah, that probably wasn't the best move there, but we'll get there. This will take. Rome wasn't built in a day, and certainly this won't be either. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. That should do us. Now there's a question about the back here, and how if we want to, just in case it does flow backwards. It doesn't really matter if it flows backwards because we've got the means to change all of that. Did you finish? A little teeny bit more. I am going to cook, if I can find some more cobble, I'm going to cook another stack of that, because we're going to want it if we're working in caves or in, you know, cave mode. What else have we got? Have we got anything that we can use as a backstop? Can't think of anything. Well, there's several things that we could use. It's just what is the best way to do it? Right, let's get that going for starters. Oh, we need water as well, don't we? Should have thought of that before we broke everything, really. Borrow that for now until we've got the materials in place to do everything we want. That might come in just handy with a little bit of that. Yeah, that should be more than adequate. So got a couple of options. We could go with those. That might be the way forward for the time being. I need to go and find some water, which means I need to find a water source block, because that isn't a water source block. I destroyed my water source blocks, which was somewhat foolish of me, I will concede. There, better. Didn't like that. Yes, it was somewhat foolish, but we'll... There's a water source block somewhere out there with my name on it. Oh, God. I thought I was going to go down then, which it wouldn't be overly conducive to survival. Okay, now, if I know where there'll be a water source block, my little testificate friends will have one, won't they? I'll have to make the trip twice, of course, because I only have one bucket. But do you remember how when we used to have like loads and loads of material? We've got to watch out for these guys as well, because they'll drink the water source blocks from all of these if we're not careful. Let's go and well, let's just sleep. Actually, we should be all right sleeping here. I think if it's there we go. Just set myself down like that. Right. Anyway, so I'm going to get. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself an infinite water source in the cave, because I think that would be well, sensible. Is probably the word we're looking for. And we'll also, if I have that, then we can do that, which will just stop me walking through and going wah and down, which, you know, is not going to hurt things. Let me just sort myself out. I'm just going to set up a little, not even a functional, not even a decorative one. I'm just going to literally take this out here, and I'll go and get another water source block and be back in a mo. Alright, so the first things first is I want to basically here, and I know that's going to do that, which is fine, because we'll just come around there and there. And I want to take you out and you out. And while I'm at it, I'll have that as well, because it'd be wrong not to. So coming up here we'll have actually no, I think what we need, let's just change this up a little bit. Yeah, this is complicated. I definitely think we'd do that for starters, and then we can take our water bucket here and straight off the bat, there's our waterfall. There's no entrance from that side. Let's go and get some more water. It is going to be noisy, but there we go. Hup. And fill this in. And that'll be the secret entrance. Well, it won't be that secret. It's going to be torches and everything in there right now, but that's easily combated. Hup. Now the question is, if I take that out, can I then go through the water quite easily? The answer is I don't know. Oh bum. I didn't want to actually come all the way down. I was hoping just to grab the water. Oh well. So Nice little waterfall there. It's just cascading down, lots of noise. We just come in and straight through. Oops. However, we have got a spawnable spot there which we'll fix. Nothing out here right now. So the other thing we can do is then we can start roughing this up a little bit. So take out, let me just get rid of that for a second. For example, put a little bit of cobble there, maybe there. We can have a bit of gravel. We've even got the smooth stone should we wish it. That's got to come out, and we'll go with that there. Obviously we can't put that there, but we can. Help, 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 help. I'm caught in the current. And maybe just a little bit of that. That obviously needs to come out. I don't even know what we use those for, but we'll work that out. And then we just need to, right, now we're going to use a little cheaty trick that I used before. I probably want a better chisel at some point, but for now this will, well, I want one actually almost immediately. There we go, that's lit that. Let me get a decent chisel and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, well, that is the entrance sorted. It's loud, and we know that. I've chiseled in some features, made it look a little more organic, and obviously swimming through there. This side obviously does need sorting, including I've started with this is going to be where we'll put the steps down and so on. I do need to alter the configuration. This is hopelessly there's not enough storage. That's the word I'm looking for. There is not enough, and well, that's a little bit of progress made to re-establishing ourselves. We actually have a place to call home, which is nice. We should probably stick a bed somewhere. Just, you know, costs. The question is where to stick the bed. We don't want to be. Let me just, before we finish off, I want to head out. I just want to go and grab some materials of a different colour. That needs to oh, that can't change. Okay, it can change a little bit though, can't it? We can get. I made a diamond chisel. I'm going to be using this a lot, so there's no point scrimping and scraping about it. You know, we'll take the hitting cost. How does that feel? Still feels clunky. I'll fix that one later. However, there is a tree around here which I have seen, which I want to see what the wood looks like, because it might be a nice building material. And without forestry, we are dependent on the other mods for the trees, which is one of the reasons why for the plants mod. There we go. There's one over there. These gravity blocks will have to go at some point. I can't stand gravity defying blocks. Not unless I place them anyway. So we've got this fella here from plants, which is the cowrie, the black cowrie sapling. It's a very disorganised tree. I think that's probably the fairest thing you can say about its branches. It's very disorganised. Give me that sapling. It's certainly not one you would want to build a tree farm around, I think. Okay, what do we get out of that? It's kind of a chocolatey brown coloured wood. Now if we have a look at plants, there's ashen and blazing. Those are both nether trees. There's the black kauri, there's the Brazilian pine, there's the incense cedar and the Murray pine. And then these crystal woods, which I've got no idea where you get those from. The ashen pine one is a really nice one. The Murray wood actually looks quite a nice dark colour as well. Not that helps because I haven't got a Murray wood tree. I'm just trying to think what other, if there's any other trees in this area. There is a pine over there. Hello, cave system. We'll be visiting that at some point in the future, I'm sure. Plenty of those pine trees. I'm just trying to think which is going to be the easier one to get into. That one's almost burnt down, so maybe we'll try and get that. Although it's probably going to be a bit of a wishy. Yeah, look, that's. Is it burnt down or is it just badly spawned in way over there, hasn't it? Let's see what we can. What we can do over here. First things first, a quick snooze. Hello, cow. Moo. Well, actually bull, but there you go. Dude, that's total bull. It's a very big bull. I noticed actually today that they are working on a plough for the Animania mod, so that'll be entertaining. I'm going to make a little bit more oak just so I can get out to this tree without breaking my neck. And then we can at least. Should have brought some shears, shouldn't I? Come on. I'm going to have to go down and get that, aren't I? Hup. And actually, a sound engine hasn't crashed today, which is interesting. I mean, I'd love to know why it crashed before, but you know, we're probably not going to find that out. But I've just not noticed that message come up with the good old sound engine error. And you give me a very pale wood, which is, again, that's fine. I can live with that. I could also do with some means of getting across to these easily enough. I don't really want to use that though. Let me grab a little bit of coarse dirt. I'll probably want this anyway at some point, and this definitely looks too regular anyway, so let's help the landscape a little bit. Because, you know, it's my duty, isn't it? The campaign for more natural looking landscapes. There you go. Well, that's what we'll call ourselves, and we got grape seeds from Rustic. Cool. We'll be entertaining those as well then. But what we can do now is at least get round to these, and this is going to break before I'm finished, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Doesn't matter. Let me just finish harvesting this tree and I will be back with you momentarily. Alright, we've got a couple of different woods to play with. So what I was thinking is just a very... I love these. The ambient effects, this needs to change, but the ambient effects are great in just the waterfalls and all that kind of stuff. So how do you live in a cave? This is the question that everybody wants to know the answer to, of course. And I'm going to sit there. I'm going to try. Ooh, you don't make slabs? Interesting. Oh, we can make black painted woods. We can make painted woods out of them. That's interestingly interesting, in a kind of semi-interesting way. And we've got a different series of painted woods as well. They're the quark. That means we're going to have a recipe conflict, which is great. I love recipe conflicts. But it doesn't look like they make into slabs, which is surprising. There's an awful lot of recipes which are just obviously or dictionarying across, and they will chisel as well. Well, that's unlimited. But yeah, we are, for want of a better word, stuffed if we want to use those for plankies. We can make storage crates from Quantum, and we got a horse cart from Animania and cheese molds and all sorts of good stuff. But believe it or not, no bloody slabs. That's annoying. Moderately anyway. Only moderately. Alright. So we are more or less restricted to vanilla woods for slabs, which is, as I say, a little bit annoying. Let me do that then. And just get me a couple of stacks of those. And what we'll do is we shall take that out. And we're going to, I think we'll do this at this level. I know we've not got enough to place a lot here, but we'll have a little platform that just projects out and a bit further than this, and then we'll have our bed on there, along with a nightlight. There we go. Sweet dreams. And yeah, I need a new axe. That needs to go because it doesn't really belong. It would have been nice to. We've got a couple. We can leave those intact. We'll get some stairs going up there and all that good stuff. But we're starting to get a home. I think what we need to do next episode is to do a little bit of basic work on getting basic stuff done with, you know, basic things, and probably some actually additions power, but we'll see. I'm recording this before I went to Cuba, and the next time I record this will be after I get back from Cuba. So what I remember after 2 weeks of pickling my brain with rum and Cuban spirits will be, well, anybody's guess really, isn't it? But yeah, I think until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. And I think we'll just do some stairs while we're at it. Of course we can, you know, at least as far as up here. This will change, but this is all in a state of flux anyway, but at least we'll be able to move around and get around in our cave dwelling here. And yeah, till next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.